Hi everyone, it's Chris from Clearly Crafted and Decoupage Paint and Paper Crafting. I am working on a new piece of tile. Again, one of my big, it's a 6x12 tile. I am getting ready to, I'm going to be putting this fun little bunny napkin. It's great when you have the whole napkin will fit on. Isn't that going to be a cute little, it's funny because I didn't like so much the gray bunny in this one, but then with the whole piece together, I think it's so cute. So it's going to go really well on this piece of tile. So this piece of tile is just a piece of tile that I bought at the hardware store, probably Home Depot or Lowe's. I think these are about $1.49 a piece, really cheap, very sturdy, holds up well. Decoupage really nice, paint really nice, so I like it. I'll put some feet on it or a protective backing, and it can either go in it'll be able to go into a stand, or it'll be able to sit on a counter, something along those lines. So what I'm getting ready to do, I know it looks a little weird right now, especially for decoupage. How is that going to go over this? Well, I'm getting ready to do crackle on it. So I was going to explain a little bit of a different type of crackle. A lot of times you'll see the very defined, like in this one, you can see those cracks are really visible. Very much a weathered look, kind of makes it look old. And I like that for some things, and that's using the brush. So if I was going to take a brush, and I already showed how to do it using a brush and how you get the bigger cracks when you're putting on your top coat. So right now this has the black base coat. I already did it. And then I went over it and I added some other colors, because these colors will then peek through the cracks. 2 other colors of chalk paint, and that's why this kind of looks a little different. I didn't want that really harsh, just black coming through. And believe it or not, you'll get those little pinks, those little pops of color in through the little cracks. Then I used my crackle medium. Now this is a base coat crackle medium, so this crackles under my decoupage. They have the other ones that you put on top. It'll form cracks, and then you rub either mica powder or stain or something, and that's how you get the crackle to show up on top of an object. So this, because my napkin is very white, I am going to I'm going to use my white, my Waverly white here. It is a chalk paint. I buy them, they have them all over. I think I get them at Walmart. So I have a big pounder brush. So the difference with what I'm going to do right now is I am going to put the top coat on using a pounder sponge. And I'm going to just dab the white paint all over. So the difference is, as I'm doing that and the cracks appear, they become much finer, smaller cracks, and it's a totally different look than those larger cracks that you're getting when you're using the brush and you're pulling it through. So I just wanted you to be able to see the difference, because I already did the video of the big cracks. And then this will just, and it goes pretty quickly as soon as you start applying. Let me just adjust my little stand here, because this is a little wider. It's going to flip right off if I just try pounding on it. So, and I'm going to just, because as I'm applying, it starts to crack pretty quickly because it happens really as it's drying. And this is really probably only going to get one coat. A little gloppy there. That's the good thing. It's not fancy. If it was fancy, I wouldn't be doing it. I like things to look fancy, but if it takes too much time, that's why I was joking. Some people in our group have done, really pretty pieces of furniture. I always joke that I don't have the attention span for that. I tend to be like, I think that it's the Disney movie Up, where it's the dog is, they're talking and then he goes squirrel. That's kind of me with crafting. I'll have a bunch of projects going at once, and if anything takes too long, I end up letting it sit and moving on to something else. So, but you'll be able to see as this starts to dry, and it's starting to crackle up on that corner where we started already. And there's really no rhyme or reason on how you do it. You just really want it to be more of an even coat. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll add to it. This is a pretty big pounder. I think I just got this one at Hobby Lobby when I was there. Unfortunately, I have a couple places. My old-time favorite isn't open anymore, AC Moore. That was my absolute favorite craft store in the whole wide world. And it torments me because I have to go over to Michael's and they're right across from each other. And the sign is still up from AC Moore. I always joke, like, that was my favorite store. But you can see it's starting to finally crack up in this corner. And I'll show you the type of cracks that will appear. And this is nice because it's not, like, I don't want to say obnoxiously big because I really like some of the big crackle too. It's just not as obvious. Let's go there. It's a less obvious crackle. And it just kind of gives it a bit of a weathered look. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there. A little heavier over here. There we go. All right. And then you can see, I'm gonna bring it up to the camera. You can see how these fine cracks are appearing. And that's how it's going to look all over the whole thing. Yeah, you have some coming here. So it's definitely a less obvious crackle, but I like the way it looks. So, and then what'll happen is once this is dry, I will then put, sorry, adjusting that so this can sit. I did put some crackle on the side, so I'll end up brushing along there a little bit. Once this is dry, then I will apply the napkin using, I'll probably use my satin Mod Podge. Let's fix that little spot. Yay. It's one thing that's nice. It doesn't have to look perfect. And then this should show up really well with the white. Especially I wanted to use white and not an off-white because I want this little bit of yellow here in the background to show up with this napkin. If I went with a cream or a white, that would end up being muted. And I definitely want the butterflies and the white flowers to show up. So, oh, please excuse the dog barking. We have a very busy house. But I just wanted to show you this video, and this is just another form of actually the same form of crackle, just a different way of applying your top coat so that you get a different effect. And you can see as it's drying, I'm getting all the little teeny tiny cracks. All right. Thank you for crafting with me. Have a good day. Bye.